What up, dude? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Thursday, December 1st, 2022. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up. And most importantly, it's Thursdays, baby. On deck for today's show, we get you ready for Jaguars-Lions at Ford Field on Sunday. I'm going to tell you how both teams stack up on paper and go over the betting information. LL tell you what the Lions need to do to win on offense. Coach Mike does the same for the defense. And I'll tell you who's riding that choo-choo pain train, baby, when I go over the first injury report of the week for both teams. But before we get into all that, man, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. Y'all know who he is, man. He is El Guapo. From Yaktown, baby, it's your favorite player. LL Cool Tones. What's going on, my guy?
Happy regular Thursday, Proud Nation.
Man, whatever. And you know who else it is, man. It's that coaching extraordinaire on the defense. He's a chef. That dude got more jobs than a Jamaican. It's my man, who?
It's the Wolverine, Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let's go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby. Welcome back, folks. And y'all already know what time it is, man. So, Curt, let's get it kicked off the right way.
Man, y'all know how we get down on Thursdays. We do a game preview. And let's see how both teams measure up against one another on paper and look at the embedded information before I kick it to LA and Coach Jones for their keys to victory on offense and defense. So let's look at these team stats. You got points per game. The Lions at 25, the Jaguars at 22.2. Points allowed, 21 for the Jaguars, 28 for the Lions. But that's a lot of that's got to do with earlier in the season. You know what I'm saying? We gave a lot of points earlier in the season, Yeah. But total yards, 371 for them per game, 373 for the Lions. So it's pretty even. Passing, 241 for the Jags, 244 for the Lions. Rushing yards, 130 for the Jaguars, 129 for the. You see this thing is setting up a pretty even matchup, 129. And here's what a little difference is, and it's, like I said, I think it has a lot to do with the beginning of the year. Yards allowed, 372 for the Jaguars, 426 for the Lions, and that had a lot to do with our performances of the lack of defense early in the season. Passing yards allowed, 257 for the Jaguars, 271 for the Lions. Rushing yards allowed, 114 for the Jaguars and 154.6 for the Detroit Lions. Let's look at the betting information for this game. This flip-flop, the Lions opened at 1-point favorites, and now they're 1-point underdogs at home. The over-under has not changed. It's 51.5 points. So they predicting a shootout. Now, here's the craziness. Here is the craziness. The betting line is negative for both teams. So both teams are like the underdog. That means it's minus 115 for the Jags and minus 105 for the Detroit Lions, which means what? If you bet $100, you'll get 115 if the Jaguars win. If you bet on the Lions, you get 105 if the Lions win. Like, this is what you would call a even matchup. 1 point is even. That's an even draw. You're looking at the stats. You're looking at what the teams can produce on offense, what they do on defense. This is pretty much an even draw as far as what the odds makers are saying. And it even says that on paper. You look at it, we're stacked up pretty much an even matchup between the Lions and the Jaguars. I don't know how we get an underdog being the home team. I think the Lions should be the 1-point favorite like they opened up. But I feel it's going to be a compelling matchup. I want to see what we have two teams that's in the middle of a rebuild. So I want to see how we stack up against each other. So we both made some key moves, some off-season moves, got new personnel in. They let go of a receiver. We got him on the Lions. They brought in what I think arguably was the highest overpaid free agent and wide receiver in Christian Kirk. I was like, man, how are you giving this dude who was the third string receiver on the on the Arizona Cardinals, this big ass contract? He wasn't the first option. He wasn't the second option. I don't even think he was the third option, but he got that big contract. What it is. But they got the nice rookie over there, Zay Jones. They got, young pass rushers. The interior defensive line isn't that great. If you look at us, kind of built similar as far as, outside. We got nice young talent on the perimeter. I think our running game is better than theirs. ATN is pretty much been out for the last couple of games. And you look at what we're seeing, I think the Lions have a slight advantage in this game. I think our running game is better than the Jaguars. We'll get into game predictions later on, but as far as the matchup is concerned, I think we have a slight edge, especially with the home crowd being in Ford Field. I think we're going to have a slight edge over the Jaguars this game. I'm not predicting a blowout on either side for either team, but I think that it's going to be a tight game, and I think that it's going to come down who wants it more. Who wants it? Who's going to step up and wants it more? We're coming off of a emotional loss to the Bills, where we could have won that game and won 3 games prior, and they're coming off an emotional win where they beat the Baltimore Ravens on a 2-point conversion, and a last second missed field goal by Justin Tucker, man. And I was like, damn it, you hit a 66 on us, you should have hit a 67 on them. But
Right.
but it is what it is. So just the matchup itself, what do you guys think about how these teams stack up against each other?
We stack up pretty good. This is like you said, it's a pretty even matchup. Yeah, I mean, all the way across the board, it's a pretty even matchup. It's gonna be who wants it more. Yeah, man, it's gonna be really about the coach's game plan. I think that's what's really gonna set it aside. Is if we come with the game plan like we did in New York at MetLife. We come in that type of game plan, that type of execution, because we had the extra couple days because of the Thanksgiving game. So, we need to come in and execute. And if we execute, we should win.
Yeah, I think this is a game that we can win. In the very beginning, this was the game that I was looking forward to. Just because, like you said, we say, 2 teams in the rebuild. A lot of parallels. I ain't gonna go, all the way into it, but I think that we can win on Sunday. We gotta, even though they don't really, they can't really be had in the run game. Like, they're pretty stout, even with their defensive tackles not really being that good, which means their linebackers is pretty good. Which means, well, they've been drafting linebackers. They drafted the linebacker that we could have had or that I wanted. Both of them that I wanted. We could definitely still. I believe that. I'm gonna echo what Coach Mike just said. Similar game plan. I would like to run the ball. Their defense is pretty solid, man. But run the ball, run the simple pass, and play hard on defense and win this game, man. Big home win.
Hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, help us get to 4,000 subscribers. But it's time for us to do something that we like to do. It's time for the family discussion topic. We want you to leave a comment in the comment section answering the family discussion topic for today. And of course, you know what it is, how we do it on game day. How can the Lions beat Jacksonville? So that's family discussion topic. Leave it in the comment section of the video, and we will read 6 of them on the next video. Or you can just tell us, what your game plan would be, or just how we're doing on the show. So, but leave us a comment for the. And again, the family discussion topic for today is how can the Lions beat Jacksonville? All right, now it's time to go ahead and kick it on over. Y'all hear the theme music. Oh, hey, aunties, settle down. All right, now, coming to the mic right now is my guy. It's the big guapo. Y'all know who it is, man. LL Cool Torrance, man. Talk to me about what the Lions need to do on offense to get this W on Sunday.
Well, we got to get that part figured out. We know that we can pass when we want to. We know that we can run when we want to. But what we gonna do in this game, pretty much. I was looking through some of the Jaguars games. Last game against the Ravens, which they ended up winning, they gave up the season high in rush yards, like 160 some odd, like 169 or something. But 80 some of that was by Lamar. So They don't really give up a lot in the run game, and they're pretty stout in the they're pretty solid in the pass game. I think they gave up a season high to Matt Ryan at like 389. And this was before Jeff Saturday came in and, with his cape on. So just got to figure out how we want to attack them. I say run instead of pass. Curt, you said in the pass with some teams, you might want to pass instead of run. It looks like they could be had a little bit more in the pass game. So that might soften it up for our run game, get them linebackers, thinking otherwise. You got to, as Coach Mike likes to say, get them thinking instead of running forward. If we can get them to think for a half second, that's a half second. They're not running towards the ball. So getting to that type of stuff, hard play action, that's what I like to see. I want to see the ball over the top, man. If J-Mo is going to get in, I want to see some deep shots. Even if he's not in the games, throw some deep shots to Amon-Ra, throw some deep shots to Khalif. At least like one a quarter or something. I like back in the day, like certain college teams, they always say, this is around the field. They have to take their shot, like take the big chunk play. Do some of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's predictable, just put a big shot on the board, man. We don't do too much of that, or we don't do it consistently enough. But again, I say run the set the pass, get the or run it, get them linebackers thinking, and take advantage of opportunities when they're there. What do you guys think about that?
Well, you know what? I have to agree with you. I want to run the ball, establish the run, set up the play action pass. And this is the first week that we have both DJ Chark and Josh Reynolds as full participants. And we'll go over their pain train in a minute, but they won't even own that thing. So if they're not on there, then they should be full goals for Sunday's game. And I'm liking that. So that opens up some of the pass game because, we didn't have a lot of deep threats, or at least guys that go from that intermediate to a deep pass for the last few games. We had a lot of slot. We were running 3 slot guys out there most of the game. Yeah. We were running St. Brown, Kennedy, and Raymond. Mm-hmm. We got 3 slot guys, the whole game. So I'm interested to see, we got the X and Y back so we can get them out on the perimeter. I'm liking what I'm seeing for that. And then the possibility, man, I hope so, but it looks like it's gonna be next week. But man, if we can get J-Mo on the field, man, that's a pick your poison. And but you're looking at that, and then feed St. Brown early and often. Feed that cat early and often. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get it because the even if we don't have J-Mo, we'll have the 2 guys that's taking the coverage down the field for Josh Reynolds and DJ Chark. So they're opening up that middle of the field for St. Brown and some of the tight ends with Mitchell and Brock Wright. So I'm liking that, keep feeding the middle of the field. And Ben Johnson, he has an effective attack for that middle of the field. So, and they protect Jared Goff from that young Jaguars pass rush, man. They can get after the quarterback too. So, protect him, keep him upright, keep his jersey clean, man. Keep those rubber pellets off his uniform. What you got, Coach Jones?
Yeah. You know what? We should be able to do whatever the hell we want to offensively. Especially if Josh Reynolds and DJ Chark are there, we should be able to do whatever the hell we want on offense. But I think we should actually pass to set up the run. I think we should end up running more than we pass, but we should definitely take deep shots early, just to loosen up the secondary, the safeties, loosen them up, get them spread out. Because they're pretty stout up front. That front 7 is kind of stout. So there's been a lot of games in the teams, So we definitely should open it up, but we should pass to set up the run, and we should end up running more than we pass, if that makes sense. But yeah, man, just
it's like Michigan game, like Michigan did against Ohio State.
Right. Yeah. Loosen them up.
Yeah. I feel you on that, man. Hey, do us a favor, man. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. Yeah, I see I'm back in my regular gear. Salute the Service Month is over in the league, but rock some gear from fanatics.com, man. Click the link in the description below to get yourself some Lions gear, or get your some loved ones some Lions gear. Get your favorite fan a Lions hat or a shirt right there, fanatics.com. The link's in the description, and a portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content right here on the channel. Hang out with us at LionsNationUnite.com. At LNU, go get the app in the Google, Android, or Apple App Store for your mobile devices, or just type in LionsNationUnite.com in your web browser. And while you're over there, get yourself some game day gear at the LNU shop, man. LNUshop.com. Get the real, not that fake, man. Like I told you, man, before, man. Why would you buy a shirt that don't even sell? I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Go on over to LNUshop.com. Hang out with us on Detroit Lions on the Prowl.com for some different content. And while you're over there, grab yourself some Prowl Nation gear at Lions on the Prowl shop.com. Man, I done told you it's Thursday. That means we are 2 days away from the Big Ten championship with Michigan going up against Purdue. So if you are a Wolverine on Saturday and a Lion on Sunday, like we all are on this panel, go over and my man Coach Jones gonna hook you up with some Wolverine gear, man. So links in the description below. And you know what I'm saying? Support a brother, help a brother out down there and get yourself some Wolverine gear. Support the fight against cancer. My man, Big Lion Man, or Aaron Latimer, y'all see him all over the billboards in Detroit. He's a Lions super fan. He's all over. He's at every game, even the road games. But he has a good cause, fighting cancer, and he sells his We're Up gear. That links in the description below. And the proceeds from the sales of that gear go to help the American Cancer Society of Michigan. So go ahead and get in the fight against cancer. So we done paid them bills, man. Now it's time to get back into the content for the show. Coach Jones, what does the Lions defense need to do to get this victory versus the Jaguars on Sunday?
Lions defense has to first, the D-line is getting healthier. So the D-line got to bring it. They got to bring it. They gotta make Trevor Lawrence be like, man, I want to go back to Clemson. They gotta, because people don't really talk about it, but Trevor Lawrence is a mobile guy. He's a very mobile quarterback. So I know Calvin Shepard don't like the spy. I know that, man. But we gotta keep eyes on Trevor Lawrence, because this would be the game where he discovers that he can run. You know what I'm saying? This would be the game, against us, where people start discovering stuff about themselves that they didn't know they could do. You know what I'm saying? And it always happened against the Lions, where people rejuvenated, like Adam Thielen, probably had the best game he ever gonna have of the year against us. So a secondary, the team is young, man. So it just build on what you've been doing, but definitely our linebacking core is gonna have to really be intact. We might have to go with 3 linebacker sets more often, just to fill those holes, just to fill those gaps, man. I'm not too much worried about the receivers in the passing game as much. I'm more worried about the linebackers filling those gaps, man, and playing sound in that run game, because when you got a running back who can run and then a quarterback who can run, that could end up bad, man. But what are y'all takeaways for the game, man?
For defense, man, I really got a few things, man. Pressure Lawrence into making bad throws. When I say mix up some of that man coverage with some zone blitzes to confuse Mr. Sunshine over there. Sunshine. Yeah, if y'all don't know, man, go watch Remember the Titans. All right, and like you said, gap discipline against the run for that front seven, man. Gap discipline for those linebackers, you know what I'm saying? Push the pocket, and you get my man Daleem the Dream can go in there and cause some havoc and get after him, pressure up front and collapse that pocket, man. Keep him contained, man. This is like kind of what we did with Daniel Jones up there in New York, man. Don't let him get out the gate and keep him and Etienne wrapped up. So that's what I got. What you got, Ella?
I'm less concerned about Trevor Lawrence running than I am about him passing. When they get him in a rhythm and he gets hot, he can put the numbers up there. They can, like Curt was talking about earlier, him and Zay Jones get the rolling. Could be a long day for somebody. Zay Jones is hard to cover. But we got to attack them where their weak point is their offensive line, and what a that's one of our strong suits. So I feel like we can attack them there. Echo what both of you guys said, put pressure on him. Get some hits on Trevor Lawrence, pressure him in the throw, because he'll throw that mug to you. He'll give it up. So, get him in the pressure him into some mistake. They as a team, they'll fumble, they'll turn over a little bit. So, pressure them into mistakes. Put hats on them, force fumbles, force interceptions, just force first turnovers, organized chaos, as some people like to say. And as Coach Mike likes to say, bring that violence. Just hit them, man. Play solid, hat on hats, put a hat on these people, man. Attack them with a week, and let's get this great big old win on Sunday.
They've only scored 30 points one time. I looked at the scores. They've scored in the teens, a few games, in the 20s. They've only scored in the 30s one time. Don't let this be their come-out party.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all I got to say, man.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Make sure you follow us on your favorite social media platforms. Y'all see the links on the screen. Check us out on Facebook, on TikTok, YouTube, and of course, it's Thursday, so go on over to Instagram. Don't let that man fool you. It's Thursdays, baby. So go check it out and see what's going on over there on LL's Instagram page. It's thirsty every day over there on his page, but especially on a good Thursday, man. So go ahead and get your let me give me a drink. Put your thirst over there on LL's Instagram page on Thursday. Now it's time to see who's riding that choo-choo pain train, baby. For both teams, I'll go over the first injury report of the week. For the Detroit Lions, up first, you had Evan Brown, backup center guard. He was out yesterday with an ankle. If he was out with a illness yesterday, he was sick. So hopefully we can get him back. Junior Acquire still out yesterday with from that elbow injury he suffered on the Thanksgiving game. Penei Sewell was out yesterday with an ankle injury. Jonah Jackson was limited yesterday. He was in that red non-contact jersey, but he's coming out of that last part of the concussion protocol. Same with Jeff Okudah. Mixed in there, we got Chase Lucas was limited yesterday with a hamstring injury. Josh Pascal returned to the practice field yesterday, was limited with their knee. And you already know, Big Bank Frank, he got to get on the good foot because he's been injured with that. That's the same foot that's been injuring him all year long. But here's some people that's not on this injury report this week. DeAndre Swift. Like I told you earlier, DJ Chark and Josh Reynolds are not on here at all. So they were a full participant yesterday in the Lions practice. So things are getting healthy, looking up, man. So it's only one page for the pain train for the Lions this week. We've used to having 2-3 pages of them guys sometimes. So shout out to the training staff for getting these guys back on the field, man, and getting them back healthy. And hopefully we saw, man, and if you didn't see, go over to Woodward Sports on Twitter or a whole bunch of guys on Twitter and check out J-Mo, man. That dude on his first full practice yesterday, sweet Jesus, that boy is fast. That boy fast. Whew, have mercy. I hope we can see him on the field sooner rather than later. All right, let's go up to the Jags, man, to see what we got going on over them with those guys. You got Travis Etienne, the running back / wide receiver, however you want to use him. He was limited with a foot yesterday. Zay Jones was limited with a chest. Man, because he said it with his chest against the doggone Ravens. So he must have, that's why his chest was hurting, because he was definitely doing his thing against the Ravens on Sunday.
Yeah.
Andre Cisco, the free safety, he was limited with a shoulder injury yesterday. And Roy Robertson Harris had the sniffles yesterday. He was out with an illness yesterday. So thus is your pain train for both the Lions and the Jaguars for the game, man. Tune in tomorrow for Free for All Friday, where we continue our game preview. We're gonna have some fun and get it in, and it's always gonna be wild on Free for All Friday. So tune in and have some fun, man, right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Yo, home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Man, y'all know what time it is. If you didn't know, this is my favorite segment of the show. It's time for us to zip our lip and see what you had to say about yesterday's show. It's time for the comment cards, baby. First up, Wall of Fame member, we on top no 100, says, I believe we'll get 6 or 7. Decker, some of the guys in the Pro Bowl. Decker is probably one of the more solid tackles and may climb. We rank in the top 5 in sacks given up, so we may be able to squeeze another offensive lineman in there. All this is dependent on how they finish, of course. God bless you guys. Man, God bless you too, brother. You always blessing us. So bless you too, man.
Thank you. Friend of the show, Michael Huck says, this is going to just destroy all the same old Lion fans that say Holmes can't draft. speaking about the Pro Bowl, all of the his drafted players that are being voted for the Pro Bowl. I know we're still not a contender, but this shows we're on our way. Keep up the good work, Brad. Yeah, I'm not trusting, but I don't all the way trust him. So, but thanks for the comment.
All right, Dr. Detroit, what's up, Doc? Been a minute. Oh man, Luke ain't gonna want to hear this info.
Rolling on the floor.
Man, he coming for Luke G. He said this smacks him right in the face every time he has something. He's been saying something for 12 months. He takes our aging like crap. Okay. Yeah, a little bit, man. I'm not, I'm not gonna poke at Luke a little bit too much, but yeah,
that's our guy.
It is what it is, man. Everybody got their
Luke is our guy, man. He DSA member like us, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to Luke G, man. Luke G, baby. He rolling on the floor, man. Dr. Detroit. Them two agree to disagree more often than not. Hey, next up we got Terry Hoffman. He's not ready to be a head coach, talking about Ben Johnson. He is still making mistakes just being an OC, let alone all that he would have to do being a head coach. 2 more years is in my estimate. I agree with you. I don't think he's ready to be a head coach. I don't think even 2 years would give him enough experience to be a head coach. I think he needs to stay where he is. You know what I'm saying? Let him get some success. Let him get, some rhythm as an offensive coordinator. He's young, but, everybody looking for the young hot coach. 36 years old, man. Just give him some time to mature in the game of football.
Go ahead.
He ain't ready. He ain't ready.
Go ahead, Ben Johnson. We gotta let Deuce maybe call him plays. The team might look how I want it to look. Let Deuce in that thing.
Man,
but
here you go.
Joseph Murdoch, the law firm, Joseph Murdoch said, speaking about the draft, Jay Carter first pick, Bijan Robinson second pick, Noah Sewell second round, Cam Smith Noah Smith linebacker second round, Cam Smith cornerback pick from the Vikings. 4 day one impact players. Yeah, I got a couple different picks. I like Noah Sewell. I don't know if he'd be there. Hopefully he'd be there. That'd be a good spot to get him. Cam Smith, I don't know if he's gonna last that long, but them some decent picks, man. Thanks for the comment.
Raw Detroit says, totally agree with Wolverine Coach Jones. Thank you for calling me Wolverine Coach Jones. I think Bryce Young could go number 1 because Texas already benched QB David Mills. It would be either Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, or Bryce Young, unless someone else surprises us and comes up, in which they always do. Somebody gonna come up. There's somebody who is not being looked at right now, or maybe
offensive lineman.
Yeah, or they're thought to be a second round pick, and they gonna come up. So I still think Bryce Young gonna be there for us with that 3rd pick, man. So yeah, man. But thank you for the comment.
Did y'all see the ridiculous trade that this reporter in Chicago talk about the Detroit Lions should trade up? I'm like, are you stupid? He's trying to get us to get to number 2 pick from number 3.
And give up the world.
Give up the everything.
Yeah. It
was like our first round pick this year, our 2 first round picks this year, and like a first round, a second round, a 4th round pick next year. I'm like, are you freaking stupid?
To do what?
To get Will Anderson.
He'll be there at 3. That whatever offensive lineman jump up, Chicago's gonna be on him. Or if they don't, Justin Fields won't be there.
Their offensive line is terrible in Chicago, man. But yeah,
Justin Fields is going to.
Yeah, whoever that dude is, he definitely, you stuck on stupid, dude. But thanks for comment, man. You know how we get down. I love the comment section, man. We love hearing from you guys.
Right here, 63rd.
Yeah, right here in Detroit Lions are probably your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. But now it's time to go to what they'll call everyone else's favorite segment. It's Dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Go on over to the Facebook page. Links in the description. If you don't do the Facebook thing, go over to TikTok or Instagram and type in Delightful Bites in the search engine on the app, and you will see all those beautiful desserts footage. Delightful Bites, get your cooking on. All right. So my man MCDC yesterday, man, I like what he did yesterday. He came to his presser with the Oxford cap on, honoring the victims of the Oxford High School shooting on the anniversary yesterday. It was November 30th of 2021 when that incident happened. And on the anniversary, he definitely did the right thing by honoring the victims and making sure that they're not forgotten. So shout out to MCDC for honoring those victims yesterday at the press conference. And this is special for my man, Wolverine Coach Mike Jones. Special two-part Dessert with your man Curt. Ding dong, Boyle is gone. Tim Boyle signed with the doggone Chicago Bears yesterday off of our practice squad, so he is no longer a resident of Detroit. I know that makes my man Wolverine Coach Jones very happy to get Tim Boyle out of town.
Yeah, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. I didn't want no opportunity, no chances of him playing, and thank God. Oh, thank you.
Man, and that is your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. All right, let's take that quick walk on over to the Wall of Fame, baby. First up, we got in our bronze members, we got my man Nomus J. If you're doing Pistons coverage like my man Detroit Drew and Everything King, go check out Nomus J. He does a great job over on his YouTube channel as well as his Pistons coverage. Joe Mo, Sage Roberts, we on top Doe 100. Well, you know, he was in the comic cards. And Jason Portis. Silver members, we got the Batman of the 313, Henry Wallace. We got Kirkland Pratt and Mr. Scotty the Bear, the freshman, baguettes and all that. What's up, Frenchie? And our silver members. And our gold members, we got Mr. Reliable Michael Hutt. I got a chance to talk to Paul Jarose yesterday in the gold members meeting for a quick second. The Jazzy one holding it down. We got Lionel Adus Bagia, Michael Lewis, North End Ken. What's going on, North End? And the doctor. Dr. Detroit, he is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. Y'all know what it is. It's Thursday, man. Before we get into final thoughts, it's game prediction time, baby. Who wins and what's the score? This week, I got my man LL's up first. What you got, my dude?
I'm going to say 2016 Lions.
2016 Lions. All right, Coach Jones, what you got, brother?
I got 41-24 Detroit Lions,
Woo!
man.
Woo!
Yeah.
Get the Lions putting no whooping on no boys.
When you look at how we score and we're getting healthy, and then you look at how they score and they get healthy, that's what the game should be.
Okay. For me, I am going to go 28-24 Detroit Lions.
I like all this close shit, man. I don't like that.
But that is our game predictions, man. Now let's have a final thoughts for today's show, man. LL, what you got on this tremendously thirsty Thursday, brother? What you got?
Well, it's got to be a tremendously thirsty Thursday, man. Have a great day on this regular Thursday. RIP King Vaughn. Listen to King Vaughn up here and get that heat from 63rd line, speaking about my man in Chicago. But have a great day. We're going to get them in on Sunday. I ain't going to put nothing else on it. There you go.
All right. What you got, Coach Jones?
Yeah. I want to see a repeat of what happened in MetLife. We had 4 extra days. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that game plan by the coaches. We have the skilled players. We have talent on the roster. It's going to come down to coaching. And I want to see our coaches flex their muscle. So Coach Campbell, Coach Johnson, Coach Glenn, it's time for y'all to flex, man.
All right, flex on them. All right, definitely. On this Thursday, man, it's the last time we're going to talk before the Michigan and Purdue game. So I got a big go blue to the guys over there at the University of Michigan as they go and try to repeat as Big Ten champs. So go ahead, man, and get y'all game on and bust them domes of them doggone Boilermakers over there in Indianapolis this weekend. As far as the Lions are concerned, we have to get back to scoring the ball like we did at the beginning of the season, and the defense needs to continue to improve. Play stop defense, like keep Aleem McNeil and Isaiah Buggs plucking up that middle, and stopping the run, and just confuse the hell out of Sunshine this weekend. And Hefe is back, so we get Hefe back, man. We can shut Zay Jones down, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about that right there. So, we match up pretty good against the rest of those cats. So I believe it is. I believe it's going to be a good game, but I believe that we will score. We will get out early, and then we will just kind of hold them off. That's why I kind of said 28-24 Detroit. So, all right. And all that being said, man, it's Thursday, man. That grind is coming to a halt. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday Eve right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for hanging out with us, man. I don't know what you ate for lunch, man. But if you're having a tough day at work, go ahead and, take a step back and just, decompress for a minute and get refocused and get back at it. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask, because asking for help is a sign of strength and not a sign of weakness. And the holiday season is upon us. Make sure you check on your coworkers, your loved ones, the people you haven't heard from in a long time, man, because this is the season where, things can boil over and things, can go wrong because people are feeling, saying disenfranchised or disassociated with other people, and they're just, feeling alone. So, reach out, and a kind word, you never know how far a kind word will take someone. You can change someone's whole outlook on their day and sometimes their life by just giving them a kind word. But with all that being said, get that napkin. Wipe them crumbs off your face, man, because I know you have some curly fries. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. With my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.